book up wide and meet adventures that wait for you. Live and learn and laugh and play whenever your dream comes true. You could swim along the river all the way to the sea. You could fly up in the sky above the clouds and trees. You could plant a flower garden up on top of the moon. You could swing through the jungle all afternoon. Wherever our story takes us, I can't wait to see. Yes, friends, come and read with me. It's Online Storytime.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Online Storytime at your Grand Rapids Area Library. I'm Miss Tracy.
I'm Teacher Missy.
And we are so excited that you're here with us today.
We are.
Now, like for the last several weeks, we've got some building noise going on, so if you hear a drill in the background, I promise you we didn't move to a dentist's office or a nail salon or anything like that. They're just working on our roof. Okay, so Teacher Missy, before we start talking about that warm, snuggly thing, do you want to sing?
Oh, let's sing. See if we can sing over the
drill?
The drill.
Okay. Storytime friends, would you sing with us? Okay, here we go. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. And I do want to hear a story, and I hope the rest of you also are here to hear a wonderful story. Listen to how I said that, here to hear. I'm glad you're here to hear a wonderful story.
Oh my gosh, that's two different kinds of the word here.
That's right.
One means here and one means here.
To hear.
Wow, that is so awesome.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I love the English language.
I do too.
So, other than the English language, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, unfortunately, no, not unfortunately, it's time. Our weather is really taking a turn.
It's changed fast in the last
Changed
48
very
hours.
fast. And we now have snow on the ground and probably here to stay.
It'll melt once.
Yeah, it'll melt. April, no problem. So something that we need in the wintertime, and it's coming whether we like it or not, are to keep our hands warm are what? Mittens! Good job. Good job. There's a difference between mittens and gloves.
There is, yep.
Yeah, gloves you have a special place for all of your fingers.
Almost like a little coat for each one
Yeah,
of them.
each one of them. And then in mittens, they all kind of hug up together, except for your thumb.
And I think mittens keep my hands much warmer than gloves.
Actually, mittens do keep your hands warmer because the heat from your fingers, they share together.
Sure.
Yeah. So we're going to read some stories today about mittens.
Hey, I have a finger play about mittens. Storytime friends, do you want to do it with us? Okay, here it goes. It's called Mittens. And I have some words back here. Here we go. Mittens, can you put your hands up? Mittens for the snow time when the world is white. Mittens for my two hands. Mittens left or right. Mittens with a thumb place. Mittens warm and snug. Mittens feel like a big warm hug. Can you give yourselves a hug? Isn't that great? It's a fun finger play to do about mittens.
I think it's great that we can hug ourselves.
Oh, isn't that super duper?
Yeah, because sometimes you can't get a hug when you might need one.
That's right.
So if you could just give yourself a hug and remember that you're special.
Beautiful. I like it. So, Teacher Missy, do you have any good stories about mittens?
Yeah. Miss Tracy, look at this.
Oh, look at those mittens. I think one mitten is missing his friend.
Oh my goodness, yes, there's 3 mittens on this picture. And 2 of them look alike, but one of them looks different. Well, interestingly enough, the book is called 3 Little Mittens. It was written by Linda Bailey and illustrated by Natalia Shalashavili. That's the best I can do. Okay, and it comes to us from Penguin Random House. And we are going to find out about these mittens. They are so cute. I love that they have little legs and arms. Once there were two little mittens, Dottie and other Dottie. They were fluffy and woolly, cozy and warm, and they looked exactly the same. But there was also a third mitten, Stripes. Well, you don't match, said Dottie. That's right, said other Dottie. The little girl only has two hands. She'll never wear you. What's the use of a single mitten? Well, I know I'm just one, said Stripes in a trembly voice, but there must be some reason why I'm here. Well, I don't see it, said Dottie. Me neither, said other Dottie. The truth was, Stripes couldn't see her purpose either. Every day she was trapped all alone in the little girl's pocket. She never got out, and she never made a snowball. She never petted a dog. There she is in the pocket. Can you see her? Poor Stripes. Doesn't sound very happy, does she? Oop. And then one day, the little girl had to take off other Dottie so she could eat a blueberry muffin. As the little girl walked away, she didn't notice that other Dottie was left behind. Oh, there's other Dottie right there. The dog noticed. Yeah, he noticed. Probably wants to chew on it. Now there was only one Dottie and Stripes. The little girl decided to wear them together. Seriously? Said Dottie. This is just weird. Suddenly, Dottie and Stripes were partners because they had to be. And here's the surprise. As they got to know each other, they began to like each other. They almost became friends. But just as that was happening, guess who turned up? Who do you think it is? Let's find out. Who turned up? Other Stripes! I don't believe it, said Stripes. It's you, my old matchy partner. Where have you been all this time? Oh, look at her just smiling away. Other Stripes told a scary story. She had been dragged under the couch by a dog and left there for a whole month. The two Stripes were thrilled to be together again. And look at, there's a picture of her under the couch. And the dog, it shows these pictures of the dog taking her, oh, and he's looking at her. Yeah, he knows she's under there. Such thick pages, it's hard to tell. Well, then suddenly they both turned to face Dottie. Oh, sorry, said Stripes. The little girl only has two hands, and we match. Oh, said Dottie in a shaky voice. Oh, I guess I'll just go lie down in a pocket, alone. That's right, said the other Stripes. You don't match. And that's when the Mittens heard a very big voice. Excuse me, said the voice. I have a question. The Mittens gasped in shock. They looked way up. It was the little girl. Why do you have to match? She said. The Mittens stared at her. Then they stared at each other. Then they thought for a very long time. I don't know, whispered Dottie at last. But here's what I do know. Someone always gets left out. Exactly, said the little girl. There is always a mitten who doesn't match. She went to the closet and brought back a cardboard box. Out came a great tumble of mittens. Furry cuffs fell out, and so did others. Snowflakes, Starry Night was left behind. And then one other, Pom Pom and Big Dino. They had all lost their partners ages ago and had been stuck in the mitten box ever since. There were even a few odd gloves in there. "We're free," yelled Cherry Pink and Bunny. "Oh my gosh," said Rainbow. "I thought we'd never get out of there." "It's snowing?" asked Other Monkey. I want to see the snow." Well, after that, little girl made a big change. Every day she wore 2 mittens that didn't match. She was extremely fair about choosing. Over time, all the mittens got a turn. Isn't that great? They got a turn. At first, the mittens found it kind of weird. But gradually, they got used to it. They got to know each other, and they made new friends. Each mitten, they discovered, was thoroughly remarkable in its own way and original. That means just one of a kind. Every morning brought a new surprise for the mittens. Whose turn was it today? Who would be partners? Now they didn't have to match anymore. They could concentrate on other things. They made snow people. They built forts. They shoveled the sidewalk. They hung on with all their might as the little girl's sled raced down the hill. The mittens had never had so much fun before. And that's not all. The kids of the little girl's school noticed too. The little girl quickly became famous for her unusual mitten choices. In fact, she started a trend. Soon there were lots of kids wearing mixed up mittens. Every day, new and different combinations showed up. At last, each mitten was being appreciated for its true worth. I didn't have to match anyone. I just had to be myself. As you might guess, it wasn't long before Socks heard the story. Lying there in the sock drawer, rolled up into matchy-matchy pairs, it was all they could talk about. "Freedom!" they yelled as they leaped one by one from the drawer. "Freedom!" "Last one out is a rotten egg," yelled Big Gray Woolly. "Well, you can't catch me," hollered White Sock with the hole in the toe. And of course, once the socks find out about something, the shoes were not far behind. And after that, well, as you can see, life was never going to be the same again. And look at all the mismatched feet and mittens and gloves. And there's our dog getting a pet with, who is this? Do you remember who this guy was? Yep, that was Stripes. Or other Stripes. We don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. So, if you lose a mitten, it's okay.
Hey, Storytime friends. Hey, Teacher Missy.
Yes, Miss Tracy.
Everybody want to do a flannel board?
Oh, I love the flannel board.
Me too. Me too. All right. This is going to be a fun flannel board because it's also going to be kind of I don't want to say it's a test, but I want to say it's a puzzle to figure out. Kind of like the Missing Mitten Mystery.
Right.
Is a book you're going to read, and that's going to have a puzzle in it as well.
It has a puzzle.
Mm-hmm. So, Storytime friends, we are going to do a poem, and it's called Colorful Mittens. And inside the poem, there's going to be a rhyming word to help us figure out what color the mittens are going to be. Okay? So here we go. It's called Colorful Mittens, and this is how the poem goes. Colorful mittens for me and you. Red ones, yellow ones, blue ones too. But the one pair of mittens that rhymes with sled, they're my favorite mittens, and they are, can you guys think of a color that might rhyme with sled? Sled? I think you're right. Colorful mittens for me and you. Red ones, yellow ones, blue ones too. But the one pair of mittens that rhymes with sled, they're my favorite mittens, and they are red.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because sled and red are rhyming words. Are you ready? Ready for another one? Here we go. Colorful mittens for me and you. Red ones, yellow ones, blue ones too. But the one pair of mittens that rhymes with fellow, they're my favorite mittens, and they are, yep. Can you think of a color word that rhymes with fellow? They're my favorite mittens, and they are yellow.
Yellow.
Nice job, my friends. Colorful mittens for me and you. Red ones, yellow ones, blue ones too. But the one pair of mittens that rhymes with shoe, they're my favorite mittens, and they are, yeah. What color rhymes with shoe? They are blue. Shoe and blue are rhyming words.
They are.
Colorful mittens for me and you. Red ones, yellow ones, blue ones too. But the one pair of mittens that rhymes with bean, they're my favorite mittens, and they are, what color rhymes with bean? Bean and green. There we go. Should we do some more? You guys are getting good at this.
They are getting good at this.
Colorful mittens for me and you. Red ones, yellow ones, blue ones too. But the one pair of mittens that rhymes with crown, to crown, they're my favorite mittens, and they are, what's a color word that rhymes with crown? They're my favorite mittens, and they are brown. There you go.
Brown and crown.
Yep, crown and brown. Colorful mittens for me and you. Red ones, yellow ones, blue ones too. But the one pair of mittens that rhymes with sack, a sack like a bag, a sack, sack. They're my favorite mittens, and they are, what's a color word that rhymes with sack? They are black. Yep. I like black mittens in the wintertime because they don't show dirt very well. So.
Right. I have black mittens.
Do you? Colorful mittens for me and you. Red ones, yellow ones, blue ones too. But the one pair of mittens that rhymes with sink, sink. They're my favorite mittens, and they are, what's a color word that rhymes with sink? And they are pink. Oh, you guys are getting so good at that. Colorful mittens for me and you. Red ones, yellow ones, blue ones too. But the one pair of mittens that rhymes with kite, they're my favorite mittens, and they are This isn't easy. Can you think of a color word that rhymes with kite? They are white. Good job.
Yes.
So story time, friends. How many pairs of mittens did we end up with? Should we count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And can you list the colors with me? Red, blue, yellow, green, black, brown, white, and pink. Excellent job, my friends. Hey, thanks for playing.
Miss Tracy,
Yes,
here is another book for us this morning.
I like this book.
I like this book too. I like this author. He's written lots of books for kids, and the illustrations are amazing. What do you see on the cover of this book? What is this big thing right there? Yep, it's a snowman, or a snow girl, or I don't know. It's a snow something. And there is a child and a dog right in front. Oh, somebody's peeking out from behind. 2 kitties. There's cats right there on the side. Well, this is called The Missing Mitten Mystery. A mystery. What's a mystery, teacher, or Miss Tracy? What's a mystery?
I think a mystery is something that has to be figured out or solved.
Solved, right.
You don't know the answer right away, and you have to figure it out.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. And this was written and illustrated by Stephen Kellogg, and it comes to us from Penguin.
Penguin Putnam?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Penguin Putnam. It was coming to me. It was just a little slow getting there. Yeah, it took a left turn. It should have taken it right. The Missing Mitten, story and pictures. So that means that one person did all the work on this book. Oscar, I lost my other mitten. That makes 5 mittens this winter. Oh, I'm in big trouble. What do you think Oscar is? Yeah, I think this is Oscar. That's a good name for a dog. I like that name, Oscar. Let's search every place that we played today. We'll start at the hill where we rode on Ralph's sled. Here's Ralph's boot. Ralph's boot? But no mitten. I'll look around the castles we built with Ralph and Herbie and Ruth. That was fun. Look at their castles. Looks like they worked really hard on those. Here's Ralph's other boot, and Ruth's sock, and Herbie's sweater. But no mitten. These kids are losing lots of clothes. Oscar, you found it. Wow, a flying mitten. Here, he's looking up here. A flying mitten, he says. Oh, it's only a little bird. Oh, I wonder if he stole my mitten to make a snuggly nest. No, he's too small to carry off my mitten. But an eagle could do it. Here's a picture of an eagle holding a mitten. Do you think the eagle took his mitten? Maybe an eagle took my mitten to keep his baby's head warm. I wonder. It's a big nest. Do you think my mitten got tired of being a mitten? Maybe it just slipped off my hand and hopped away. There are no mitten tracks, but there are some mouse tracks heading toward that woodpile. Could that mouse be using my mitten for a sleeping bag? The dog's looking in there. That would make a great sleeping bag for a mouse, wouldn't it? Or maybe he'll wear it next Halloween and be a mitten mummy. Let's go and see if I drop my mitten where we were making the snowman to surprise Miss Seltzer. Well, I haven't seen your mitten, Annie, but why don't you look in the garden where you were making snow angels? Okay, well, that's where they were making. Have you guys made snow angels? They're kind of fun to make. You just lay down and move your arms and legs back and forth. It's pretty cool. Finding missing mittens is really hard work. It would be easier to grow a new one. Let's try planting the other mitten right here in the garden. Next spring, when the snow melts, a little mitten tree might sprout. Miss Seltzer and I would take good care of it all summer long. In the fall, we'd pick the ripe mittens. Look at this tree full of mittens. That looks like fun.
I think it'd be great fun to have a mitten tree.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
I bet a lot of parents would like to have a mitten tree, right? In the backyard. Well, then I would give mittens for Christmas. And that would be a good idea because you'd have all those mittens. That would make a good Christmas present. And mittens on birthdays. And mittens on Valentine's Day. Oscar, it's getting dark and it's starting to rain. Oh, we'll never find that mitten. Come inside, Annie. I made some hot chocolate for all of us. I've got a biscuit for Oscar. Look, the rain is melting the snowman. But what's that spot on his chest? Gracious, your snowman has a heart. Right there, she sees it. My mitten is the heart of the snowman. And there it is. Did she find her mitten?
Yeah.
She did. It's the heart of the snowman. Well, the mystery is solved.
Storytime friends, Teacher Missy.
Yes, Miss Tracy.
Anybody ready to shake an egg?
Oh, let's shake an egg.
We have a couple of fun songs today to shake an egg to. Teacher Missy, do you want to have the envelope?
Oh, I'll take that envelope.
Teacher Missy has
That
an
makes a good
envelope that has some dried beans in it.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so our first song is called Egg. Excuse me?
What was that?
Oh, of course. Storytime friends. Monkey would like to be our storytime friend today. So
Good
we will have
morning.
Monkey
Hi,
right
Monkey.
down here.
Good morning, buddy.
There you go for Monkey. All right. And I just realized that we don't have our
Our
picture up.
picture kind
It
of
came
went
down during
this, didn't it?
while you were reading.
There we
So
go.
poor Monkey doesn't have anything.
I wonder what color
There we
are
go.
these? Does anybody know?
Oh my gosh, what a great, yeah.
Hmm.
Anybody know what color those mittens are? Can you see those mittens? Okay, yeah, they can't see the mittens because they can't
maybe
see
they
you.
can't see the mittens.
If I do this though, you can see the mittens. What color are those mittens? That's right, those are green mittens.
Green mittens.
All right, so Monkey, are you in a good spot? Oh, good morning, Teacher Missy.
Good morning, Monkey. How are you?
Oh, I'm just delighted to be here.
Well, I'm delighted to have you.
Hello, Storytime friends. All right, Monkey, you just sit down there. You just get ready to shake along. All right, so we're gonna do a shaker warm-up called Egg Shakers Up. Anybody remember that? Here we go, it goes like this. Egg shakers up, egg shakers down, egg shakers dancing all around the town. Dance them on your shoulders, dance them on your head, dance them on your knees and tuck them into bed. That's right. Should we do that one again so Teacher Missy has the words?
Because I was lagging.
Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Egg shakers up, egg shakers down, egg shakers dancing all around your town. Dance them on your shoulders, dance them on your head, dance them on your knees and tuck them into bed. Beautiful, simply beautiful. All right, so our next song is called the Winter Pokey. Have you ever done the Hokey Pokey? Put your right hand in, that one? All right, we are going to do the same tune, but this one's going to be the Winter Pokey. All right, here we go. It goes like this. You put your right mitten in, you take your right mitten out, you put your right mitten in, and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Now, my friends, if you would like to stand up and actually turn yourselves around, you may do that. I'm going to stay seated, so my egg shaker is going to be what turns around. Okay, here we go. Now we are going to, you put your right boot in, you take your right boot out, you put your right boot in, and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Yay! How about this one? You put your scarf in, you take your scarf out, you put your scarf in, and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. What else could we do?
How about something we wear on our head?
Oh, what do we wear in our head at winter time? How about this? You put your hat in, you take your hat out, you put your hat in, and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. One more. Oh my goodness. What do you wear over your whole body when you go outside to play in the wintertime? How about a snowsuit?
Snowsuit.
Are you ready? You put your snowsuit in, you take your snowsuit out, you put your snowsuit in, and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Woo-hoo! Nice job. Hey, thanks for shaking with us. Story time, friends. Teacher Missy,
Yes, ma'am.
what a great time to talk about mittens.
It was a really great time, just in the nick of time.
Just in the very nick of time. We could talk about keeping our hands warm. And we solved the missing mitten mystery. Do you remember where the mitten was? Oh, it was in the snowman. I know. I was very relieved that we got both of our mittens back. And then what did we learn from the three little mittens? Do your mittens have to match?
They really don't.
They just need to keep your hands warm.
And
So
they just work together.
that's right. So whatever you need to put on those hands, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And we did so many colors for our colorful mittens. But now, my friends, I think it's time to say goodbye. Would you sing with us? Yes? Awesome. Here we go. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Yes, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Story time is done today. Now it's time to go and play. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Goodbye, everybody.
Keep track of those mittens.